Lunchtime Live, the show that allows you a unique access to the music, story, and words of the area's most phenomenal local artists and bands. I'm your host, Misha Sisikin. What are we waiting for? Let's get started.
All right, and welcome again to yet another edition of Lunchtime Live, coming to you from the campus of California State University, San Bernardino. For the next hour, you are going to hear some phenomenal music from one of San Bernardino, Riverside, or San Diego County's greatest local bands. Today, we're joined in studio by the band Silence the Radio from Riverside. So, without further ado, here again is your host, Misha Sisikin.
All right, thank you, Lacey. Morning. We are thrilled to have, we have 2 out of 4 members here from Silence the Radio in studio, but that just means that they have their prior commitments. They have jobs and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, our bass player Paul had an interview at McDonald's today.
Oh, okay.
So
well, hey, you got to, well, you got to make that money. That's right.
That,
Well, we are glad to have you two here. Let's start off with introductions so we all get to know each other.
All right, my name is Mike. I play guitar.
I'm Daniel. I sing.
Okay, and then who are the other 2 members that aren't here?
The other members are Paul Salazar, he's bass, and Larry Hyman, my brother, is the drummer.
Okay, right on. Well, we are glad to have Mike and Daniel both here in the studio
We
today.
also have a tambourine player, but he also had an interview as well.
Oh, everyone's getting interviews today. That's a good thing. All right. Well, let's start off with a name, because Silence the Radio. I mean, that's something that, we don't we don't ever want to do here because we want the radio to keep going all the time. But
Yeah.
but how'd you come up with that name? What's the meaning behind it?
Well, it's kind of like I didn't really have internet radio in my day, and I'm 30, and I didn't really. I mean, internet radio has a lot to offer, like local band music and stuff that you haven't heard on basic radio, like but I've always heard the same thing over and over on the radio that I listen to, and I felt like it didn't offer enough, and there's like a lot of other artists out there that need to be heard, and that's what I felt like. That's how I got the name Silence the Radio. Just kind of silence it, turn the radio off, and look other places, like you could find other music other than the radio. So just shut it off, and then go to a live show, or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Find something just as great or even better.
Right on. Or your music's that good that it makes that radio stand still and go, wait, what? Either one of those responses I think would have been acceptable, but no, totally understand what you're saying. Everything starts to sound the same after a while.
Yeah.
And that's why we give you the unique opportunity here as an outlet to play your music.
Silence the radio except for Coyote Radio.
There we go. Thank you.
I like that.
All right. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
let me write that one in the parentheses.
Everybody but.
That's right. I like the sound of that. All right. Well, is this your full-time gig, or do you have other commitments during the day?
We both work together at a local pizza shop in Riverside.
Right on.
But it's like a full-time job.
Professional dough tossers.
Nice. So you actually you actually throw the dough up there. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay, but you do have a considerable amount of time to devote to this.
Yes, we do.
Good.
Practice, shows, everything. It's a lot of full-time commitment.
Yeah, exactly. Right on. Now, how long have you been together as a band? Have there been different lineups?
Since I think it's
2008.
October.
Okay.
October 2008. Yeah.
Okay. How would you describe your music?
I would describe it as it's progressive rock, experimental.
Okay.
It's always changing, trying to get better. We don't try to limit to one style. So we try to take the best from alternative rock, metal, softer things, and mesh it together.
Okay.
One older guy told me that we sound like Rush and journey put together.
No way.
I don't think so. That would sound good.
Well, you know what? How about we let our audience be the judge of that? Because we're gonna get into our first track here. This one's called "Starving Souls." We'll have a listen to it. We'll get some story behind it. This is "Starving Souls" by Silence the Radio here on Lunchtime Live. There it is. Our Starving Souls by Silence the Radio here on Lunchtime Live. And we have with us in studio Mike and Daniel, 2 out of the 4 members.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, I guess, a tambourine, so I guess that's a 5th member, but we don't, yeah. Okay. Anyway, hey, that was a pretty good track, and we found out that that was from your first EP, is that correct?
2008. Yes.
Okay. Now, a little bit about that process. I mean, did you guys go record that in a studio or yourselves?
Well, they had these 3 songs
Mhm.
already put together without the vocals, and they gave them to me, and then I took them home, and then I wrote to it, and then brought it back like a week later or 2,
Okay.
and showed them, and that was like the audition process.
Oh, okay.
Paul, the bassist, actually, I've known him. He's kind of like an acquaintance of mine. Like in the past, we've run into each other like at bars and stuff like that, or shows. Yeah. And he knew that I was doing like some solo stuff, music, and he heard my stuff, and he wanted me to come try out. So he was it's kind of like a jam thing. He was like, "Hey, come and jam with us."
Yeah.
Like I had this group, whatever, we could just jam out. And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." I brought my guitar and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then it turned out to be an audition. They're like, "Hey," he's like, "try to sing to this song." Oh, okay. I was like, "All right." I was like on the spot, like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, and just humming along. But then I took the tracks home and wrote to him, and then about 3 months later, we recorded this EP.
Okay.
The 3-song EP, and then we also have another EP, 5-song EP that came out last year,
2010.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you haven't released a full album?
no, not
to date.
yet.
Okay.
So
We're
we're
looking
in the
at
process.
we're actually we have like another 8 songs that we want to get down, and then probably make a full album. Then hopefully a CD release party or whatever.
There we go. Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Now, okay, so how does the songwriting process work then? Because I mean, you were explaining a kind of a different situation where it's kind of half auditioning and half. Who writes most of the music?
It usually starts with me writing a guitar line, and then when it goes from there, the bass and the drummer will come in, and they'll try to make something to what I wrote, and then it's presented to Daniel. Daniel tries to sing to it. Then from there, we'll try to modify the song and try to make it as good as we can. Okay. That's usually the process. Of writing the
And then
songs.
Larry does the same thing too.
So it wouldn't be one person over the other that's writing more.
No, it's not.
So
No.
each of you brings something different to the table.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, I mean, how long have you been involved in music? Because I mean, you guys have been together for a while now, but it seems like you have a foundation beyond that.
Yeah,
well, them in Hindsight, which was a prior band.
Yeah.
They've been together for a while. How long?
We were together since probably about 2004.
Oh, okay.
I got into
4
playing
years.
guitar probably in the 90s during the grunge era.
Oh, all right,
Nirvana and all
yeah,
that stuff.
that's
I started
right.
playing guitar, wanted to play guitar, and that's where my music started.
Okay.
So,
In 2004 is when I wrote my first song.
Mm-hmm.
And I just pretty much, I didn't have a band or anything. I was just like a solo artist.
Yeah.
But I'd write like acoustic, and I had a song called Granted.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the songs that Paul heard before, because I recorded here and there, posted it on websites like MySpace or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've been writing music since 2004.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been playing guitar and singing covers and stuff like that since, since right out of high school.
Okay. Let's move into the live setting now. How long have you guys been doing live shows? Ever since formation, or?
Yeah, I've been playing live shows probably since maybe like 2002.
Oh, okay.
With the band Hindsight, we probably it was more. We played all over Riverside during like 2008, and now with Daniel.
I've played live acoustic shows, pretty much. I think 2005.
Okay.
I started doing that, and my first full band live performance was with them in early 2009, I believe it was. It was right after our first EP,
Yeah.
our first recording.
Yeah.
And so we had a debut show. It was at the Vibe in Riverside.
Oh, right on. Okay. Okay. So what's the dynamic at one of your shows? How? I mean, you guys get really crazy there. You got some fans that are just going nuts, or what?
At our first show, we actually had Daniel. He came out in a straitjacket for like.
That's right. We saw that picture.
We pulled him through the crowd,
Yeah.
and we had someone actually dressed up as a doctor and take him out. It was
He
just
was
like
a bit
visual
rough.
things like that.
He was a bit rough. He was
Yeah.
pushing me around.
Oh, jeez.
A little too hard.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool environment at the shows.
Well, at least he didn't end up back in the straitjacket. But yeah, that's.
A lot of.
Actually did. I
Alcoholic
think it was at the end of the
beverages
show.
at the show.
The end of the show,
Yeah.
they wrapped me back, strapped me back up, and
Put
I
him
think
away.
I sung the last song with it on. I think. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
That must have been
Nice.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Kids loved it.
How about we jump into another track, right? This one's called Bliss. Again, we'll listen to it. We'll get some story behind it when we get back. But this is Bliss by Silence the Radio here on Lunchtime Live. All right, that was Bliss by Silence the Radio here on Lunchtime Live. And again, if you're just joining us for any reason, you've missed out on a lot. We've been having a good time here. But that's okay, because we still got a great rest of the show. That's right, we're here with Daniel and Mike from Silence the Radio. And so, where did that song come from? Let's talk a little bit about that, because it's a little different style. It's a little more mellow, not like sleepy mellow, but it's definitely a different style from what we heard the first time.
Well, it has Paul has little funky bass lines that that come from his influences. Like one of them is Minus the Bear.
Okay.
So he gives it that little funk type feel.
And it definitely comes through there, yeah.
And
I whatever Paul wrote on that his bass line, the song was based off of that. So like I was just trying to feed off of everything he was doing.
Yeah.
And it was more the drummer and Paul kind of generating this song, and like I kind of took a backseat to this song, and then followed in their lead.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah. A little different dynamic.
yeah, that's why it sounds a little bit different than the
Yeah.
other songs. So.
No, but it's a good different,
Yeah.
because it really plays into the versatility of what you as a band can create.
Yeah.
the lyrics are just about getting over something, just like a really hard time in your life, like
Bliss
and
is
finally-
coming, right, Dan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's kind of like metaphorical,
Kind of.
Yeah.
Don't
but
push it, Dan.
but
Don't read too much into it, right? Yeah. No, it's
it's an inspirational song.
Yeah, no, but the style that came out there was sort of that, still like a positive, but it wasn't like a bouncy happy tune or anything. But it kind of goes with the name. It really does. Cool. Where did that song? Was that on the first EP as well? Or is
That's on the first
Yes.
EP.
Okay.
That's on the first one.
Okay. So yeah, no, we start seeing the evolution of the sound, of course. Yeah. All right. Well, now that we got a little bit of story about that, let's go back to we were talking about what you guys are doing live, how the dynamics of your shows, what you're doing out there.
This is always a fun question to ask. Do you seem to be doing more just normal shows, or do you do any community shows, charitable work, things like that?
We try to do whatever we could get our hands on.
Okay.
You know, we did our latest one was at a church, St. Christopher's, and that was a benefit show for, I guess, raising money for the church and stuff like that. But yeah, we're always looking to do stuff like that.
Yeah, we're willing to play.
We have fun doing it.
Yeah.
We all love to play live. That's our passion.
Yeah.
So any show that we can get more listeners and a bigger following, we're always down to do it. So
right on. You want to reach out.
Yeah.
And you want to. You're willing to give back when you need, and you just want to reach out to people. Good.
Yeah.
Very good. Now, going back to you guys are out there on stage doing your thing. What have been some of the coolest places that you've played? Those shows that you've been like, oh man, that was like the best show ever.
The little hole in the wall bars.
Yeah.
I think all the shows we played, like regardless if it's a big show or a small show, it's always going to be great. Like it's a good feeling. Like if you play well, if you play bad, then it's going to even feel like crap.
Yeah.
But like they're all really good. That's like it's hard to say which one would be better, but.
Yeah, even if there's like only like 2 people in the audience, we still, give it our all.
So as long as you're there doing what you want to do.
Like if we're playing in a big
we play like
stadium.
things like at House of Blues or other places, but it's the same feeling playing it in Riverside at some local bar, same kind of thing.
So it's going to be the same whether it's 2 people or 2,000 people.
Yeah,
right on. And that really shows. That means you really like what you do. The music is the most important thing. It's not how many bodies fill the room or anything like that. Very good. Very good. Really quickly, do you have any special way to... Oh, there we go. We're docking you points now.
Yeah.
Do you have any special way to prepare for shows? Just anything unusual or just...
we usually just try, like, nothing unusual, but we usually try to put in a couple extra practices right before. Like, we usually practice like probably about once or twice a week.
Yeah.
We'll probably do like 3 or 4 before it or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know, Daniel, do you have any rituals before playing?
I warm up to Beyonce.
Nice. All right. Yeah. Right on. Now everyone knows.
Yeah.
We'll be sending you some tracks now. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break here because again, we must plug our sponsors. But this is Silence the Radio here on Lunchtime Live.
Don't forget that all groups and artists featured on Lunchtime Live are selected by an independent group of students and staff from California State University, San Bernardino. You are listening to or watching Lunchtime Live, coming to you from the campus of Cal State San Bernardino. And this particular day, we are delighted to be joined in studio by the band Silence the Radio from Riverside. So here again is your host for Lunchtime Live, Misha Sisikin.
Thank you, Lacey. And for sure, our radio has been anything but silent, as we've heard. So that's really good. That's really good. But yeah, we have Daniel and Mike here from Silence the Radio. And of course, they're a local band because we like to show off our local talent. All right. I mean, let's just start off with one that's not really basic, but let's just talk about it. I mean, as musicians, have there been any moments where, whether it's been yourself or other people, that you just been able to influence or just move someone, again, yourself or others, as I'm wording the question weird, but just you've been able to move someone, spark an emotion or inspiration or something just because you can play music?
Once this person came up to me and told me that the song Bliss really changed their lives.
Okay.
And it meant a lot, just that, knowing that somebody, out there is really affected by our music. This means a lot just to hear it,
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know, I do it for that purpose and for myself as well. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it means a lot.
Absolutely, Mike.
A lot of people will come up and like, it's mainly for me. Like they'll tell me they appreciate the music, and that we took the time to write it like that, and that like comment on my guitar playing. Okay. But usually, if someone says something or explains something, it's usually to Daniel. They come and tell him like this song, I really like this, or this changed something, or this sparked some kind of emotion in me that you know, could only be expressed through this music. So. Yeah. It's mainly they just come up and like give me compliments on things, but Daniel hears more of the deeper stuff.
What makes working with each other such a great thing?
We make fun of each other 24/7.
Constantly.
Nice.
That's all we do. And then it makes it worse too that my brother is a drummer. So I mean, it's known that trying to put two brothers in a band, we're just gonna bump heads. So it's really interesting at our practices. So.
Yeah.
But it works. Like we all come together and it works. So.
We all have nicknames for each other. Like Michael's.
I don't remember mine anymore, Daniel.
Dolphin.
They give animal nicknames.
Dolphin.
I don't know why they call me that, but.
And I'm the Weasel. And then Paul is
a bear.
And Larry is a tiger.
Nice.
Eye of the Tiger.
That's right. So. Very, very diverse band. All different animals, that's for sure.
Yeah. All different animals.
From land
but
to
the same
sea.
beast.
Yeah, that's right. Right on. How about we get into our last track? That way we can let everyone be their own judges about the music, if that makes sense. But this one's called Pretenders. And we'll listen, we'll get a story. This is the latest one. Okay, so this is going to be a little different. We'll get some story on it in a little bit. But this is Pretenders by Silence the Radio on Lunchtime Live. That was Pretenders by Silence the Radio, and that totally was a different sound, because we learned that came from your latest EP, correct?
Yes.
The newer one. Now, a little bit of story behind that. Is a little different process, or, I mean, the sound's a little different, a little different style. What do you guys want to add to that?
It's more personal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And more hands-on. You know. Not on each other, but
I felt a different dynamic. I didn't mean that, but okay, yeah. Oh man,
but yeah, that one was more like we got to work with each other, like as a whole. You know? I was able to put in my inputs, you know, change it up a little bit, but it's definitely different and it's progressed from the last three. But we're constantly changing. Like our newer songs are different from all
that one.
That one.
Yeah.
So. But hopefully we get in the studio again really soon, probably in the next few months.
Oh, good.
And get those songs out. But Pretenders, which just played, is. It's nice.
It's different, but not in a bad way. I mean, it just goes with the evolution of your sound and the working together and the writing process.
Do you hear
of course.
Rush or Journey at all?
You know what? Probably.
I do not.
Yeah, it's.
I do not.
I mean, if you really want to reach, but yeah, whoever told you that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, take the compliment, but yeah, nothing against you guys, but. All right. Well, in the little bit of time that we have left, let's get some basic information. Where can people find out more about Silence the Radio?
On Facebook. You can find us on Facebook, MySpace, Reverb Nation.
Also on Twitter.
And Twitter.
Okay.
Yes.
So you got all the bases covered. Yeah. All right.
Covered.
And where can
Like
people
us.
get your music if they want to do so?
All the music is you could stream it online. We have the first EP available for download for free on Reverb Nation and Facebook.
Cool.
And then the new EPs, just send us an email. You know, you want it, we'll
Come
send it
to
to
a
you.
show. We usually
You know?
throw them out to the crowd.
Oh, okay.
Like
Right on.
Frisbees.
Nice.
Shows, we give out CDs, shirts.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be there then, definitely, because I want some of those.
It's free.
All right. Well, thank you to both Mike and Daniel for coming in today from Silence to Radio. Wish you nothing but the best in the future.
Thank you.
And do come visit again soon.
Cool.
All right, Lacey, I think that's it.
And thank you again to the gentlemen of the band Silence the Radio from Riverside for joining us here for this edition of Lunchtime Live. Be sure and join us next week when we will again present to you another great San Bernardino, Riverside, or San Diego County local band for Lunchtime Live. And let us know about bands that you would like to see on future episodes of this program. In the meantime, remember to support the musical artists of your neighborhood. And for the Academic Computing and Media Department at Cal State San Bernardino, as well as the entire Coyote Radio staff, I'm Lacey Kendall. You have a great week.